We don't secure the border first before it is. It's just the issues that we have, and the reason we're even having this discussion is because of everybody that's flowing in. If you don't secure the border, the flow's not going to stop.
But I'm going to ask you both, Eric first. Republicans can talk about sealing the border, but Democrats are going to say that they want that sealing the border to be part of a larger package, that you have to also deal with amnesty once you seal the border. They're not just going to go for, as I said, passing something on sealing the border because they know they'll never get GOP support for amnesty and all the other, the working issue.
Well, maybe yes, maybe no. I mean, again, election years change everything. I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot more people coming a little bit more center on this issue so that we can actually get things through D.C. and not get everything stuck there, which the entire country is sick of.
But Eric, the Congress is more polarized than ever. I mean, I would say get something through if this were pre-2010 election day.
Yes, I agree. The whole town is more polarized than ever before. Everything that Obama said in running, it didn't happen. It's the opposite. You vote right, you vote left, you vote Republican, you vote Democrat. It's unbelievable what that town is like now. But what happened, and I hope, with Osama bin Laden, is there was a lot of agreement with Republicans and Democrats. I mean, there's a lot of debate about other issues, but everybody felt good about it. I'm hoping that spirit stays in Washington on a lot of other issues.
What do they need to do to put together a case to make them pro-immigration, pro-legal immigration, I should say, without looking so isolationist and afraid of immigrants?
That's a complicated question within the Republican Party, period, for the Republican brand, because the brand is fractured right now, and you really have no clue who's going to emerge as the serious presidential candidate right now. No clue whatsoever. It's so early, and when it's early, all of the candidates, everybody that's running, in some way, shape, or form, to the average person sitting in their living room watching television, thinks that Newt Gingrich or Palin or Romney or Huckabee, one of them, sort of defines the Republican, or even Donald Trump defines the Republican Party. The truth is, none of them do. Maybe one of them will.
Who? None of them do. Anybody?
Well, on any given day, like for a week, all we talked about was Trump. Trump, 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 Trump. Well, is he? I don't really believe he's going to run. I think he's incredible at publicity, incredible at PR. It's great for him and his business. I think he'd rather do his businesses than run the country. But, that's all we talked about. So the Republican Party was, in some way, shape, or form, a little bit defined by Donald Trump, who might be more of a cartoon character to politics than he is a real presidential candidate.
He's fun to talk about, right, Kerry? I mean, you cover D.C., so I have to imagine he's fun for you. But is he giving the politicians in D.C. just a little bit of heartburn?
You know what? I think maybe he perhaps may be doing that, but I think the best thing he's done is the fact that if you look at the South Carolina debate, you're seeing a lot more of these candidates really up their ante a bit and have that more in-your-face type of style that not only Trump has, but also Chris Christie. Right. I think they know now that they can't just brand themselves as simply vanilla.
Yeah, Iowa leaders, it was reported yesterday that because Chris Christie won't go to Iowa, the Iowa Republican leaders will go to Chris Christie. And they're supposedly going to come out and try and recruit him to run. But as Kerry pointed out, Eric, okay, branding style, that Chris Christie style has seemed to really taken hold. People want him to run. They want their politicians, not just Christie in New Jersey, but to give it to him straight. Stop this gobbledygook. Stop this mumbo-jumbo. Just give us the real deal. But they say Christie's not running either.
One, I don't think any of us know who is and who isn't running. Everybody's exploring a little bit. Everybody's floating trial balloons. Everybody's, either in or out or waiting to the last second to get in. The scrutiny that comes along with the fact that once you raise your hand and say, I am running, completely is game-changing on a daily basis. So on any given day, I think what we want will be redefined from Monday to Friday.
And Kerry,
absolutely.
Kerry, you mentioned the Republican candidates, since we were talking about immigration before. Are these candidates going to have to keep it really to the base? I mean, running for this primary, do you see most of them now, the rumored usual suspects that'll be running, the Newt Gingriches of the world, the Sarah Palins, keeping it just seal the border? Or who's most apt to, I guess, then maybe move to the middle and maybe see things more the president's way? Because if you think about it, if it were John McCain getting the nomination again,
we'd know.
Right, exactly. The John McCain that we know of a certain snapshot in time, because he changes a lot, he might actually find common ground if he were running with the president. So where do you think this shakes out for the GOP candidates?
Well, you know what? It's a little tough to say because you have to remember in 1986 we all know that Reagan pretty much gave a full amnesty to everybody who was here who wasn't supposed to be here, and how'd that help the GOP? It didn't.
Right.
In fact, every election thereafter, the GOP gets around, say, 25 to say 30% of the Hispanic vote in the United States. So even if, once again, they pulled a Ronald Reagan immigration-style type of policy, frankly, I don't see them necessarily pumping up their numbers. If anything, they're just trying to really play to the middle of the base, if anything, and you know, doing it one way or another. I would rather go the safest route, and that is just go with the mantra of sealing those borders before doing anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I suspect that's where they're going to go with this. But Eric, wouldn't you argue really it's about the economy? So do Republicans get excited?
I don't even argue that it's about the economy. It's definitely about the economy. We learned that from history. Bush Sr. lost the election because of the economy. I mean, and these numbers are... Look at Obama's numbers right now. What a surprise, surprise. They're more favorable right now. This issue, Osama bin Laden, will not carry him to a second term. It's the economy. It will always be the economy. That's what we care about at home.
So they must be getting a little bit excited that he seems distracted talking about immigration.
You know, it's so early. It's like pre-game before the game even starts right now.
Oh, the games have begun, Eric. What are you talking about? We're all over this. Thanks so much, Kerry, for joining.